Alright, hey guys. So if you clicked on this video, you either have been recently diagnosed with scoliosis and you've been given a brace. I want to let y'all know that this is not the end of the world. You know, you might be thinking to yourself, oh my gosh, nobody knows what I'm going through and everything's terrible and I can't even bend over to tie my shoes. I know exactly how you feel. I played football and I was the team quarterback, running back, I did all the things. I was a very athletic guy. And then I went to this place in California and they gave me a brace. And they had me try it on. This is what it looks like. And I couldn't even bend over to tie my shoes. I couldn't take a full breath. I couldn't move really well at all. And I thought it was the end of the world. And I'm trying to let you know that it's not. You might be feeling super discouraged, and it does stink. It's not easy to go through at all. No one's denying that. But I want to give you all some tips so you can more easily cope with what you're going through. First, I'm going to talk about a brace shirt. So this is my brace shirt. I have several different colors. You want something that's going to be as tight and close to your body as possible with few wrinkles. They give you one that has the arm, it cuts off right here, and so the brace really digs up. They have this padding here, but it really digs up, and so I was always constantly holding my hands up above my head, or I would grab this right here, which you shouldn't grab this because that's a pretty bad habit. If you're wearing like a t-shirt or something over it and people see that, they're gonna be like, oh, that's weird, and you're gonna want to like put your hands up like this whenever you're not wearing it. So yeah, that's number one. As if you're concerned about looking weird, there's really you have to own it. You can't try to you can put a shirt over it and maybe if yours isn't bad enough, but for boys, since they're a lot bulkier, you have to own it. You can't just go through and think, oh, I'll just never go outside and because people will look at me weird. People look at everyone weird, and usually people are looking at other people not because they're worried about what they look like, but because they're worried about what themselves look like. Nobody really cares. Don't worry. People are too worried about themselves to be focused on you. And why do you care? I know you might. I cared. I would be embarrassed for about a month, but then I just kind of got over it. Don't wear a super big baggy shirt. It doesn't really help. You wear just a regular size medium t-shirt, because if you wear a really baggy one, it'll just it shows that you have a brace more for some reason. But whenever I had a medium sized shirt, it looked more normal. So as far as the pain in the brace, it has these markings on here, and I would put it as tight as I could go for 10 minutes, and then I would let it go off so I could be more comfortable, and then I would tighten it back up so I'd go off and on and off and on, so that way I'm not always constantly in horrible pain. It's just kind of it helps you cope with it. Okay, I only have to be in this amount of pain for this amount of time. And if it's not that painful for you, then that's great. But for the majority of people that I've talked to, and for myself, it was very painful. So yeah, tighten and loosen, tighten and loosen. Keep on doing that throughout the day. That's gonna help a lot. And then as far as for the shirts, this is called a DVOP, or DVOPS shirt. It's like an Under Armour knockoff. An Under Armour shirt will work well. Just make sure the sleeve is long enough to go at least half your arm, because it'll scrunch up and then you'll have it digging into your armpit, and that really sucks. I've had rashes. It's really terrible. You don't want that. So make sure you get your brace shirts before you get your brace, just so you don't develop that, and it's pretty hard to get rid of once you got it. So another thing I want to talk to you about is exercise. So the clinic that you go to will most likely give you a list of exercises. Make sure you always do them in your brace. Your body will adapt and it'll get better. The more you're in your brace, the more your body will form to it, and it'll become more and more comfortable. If you're always trying to get out of your brace, you'll never get there. The only reason a brace will work is if you stay in it. You can't just only wear it whenever you feel like it, because you'll never end up wearing it. So wear it as much as possible. Do what the doctors say. Be disciplined. It's terrible and it hurts and it stinks, but that's the reality. You have to accept your reality. You can't just deny and deny and deny. Oh, I'll be normal. I'm going out with friends, so I don't want to wear my brace. I'm sorry. As far as sports go, I would take my brace off. So anytime, if If I had football practice, I would take my brace off, and if I had a football game, I would take my brace off. A lot of doctors don't recommend that you play football while you have scoliosis, but that was a huge part of my life, and I decided it was worth the risk for me to spend the time without my brace to play the game that I loved, which I wouldn't be able to do for the rest of my life. I can wear a brace for the rest of my life, but I can't play football for the rest of my life. So that was a sacrifice that I made. So you have to make those different sacrifices and know what you're trying to do. You know, you have to know, is it worth it to me to maybe not get as much out of my brace for 2 hours, 3 hours, because I was wearing it for the rest of the time. You just have to, you have to know. Some good positions to get out of pain, just laying on the flat ground. Well, with your brace on, for some reason, it kind of helps everything relax a little bit. Take magnesium, that'll help your muscles to relax a little bit. Boron also helps. Try not to eat a whole lot of food at once because you'll feel very uncomfortable, so eat in little increments. So snacking throughout the day is way better than having 3 huge meals a day. So try to think about that. If you're working out, like if you go to the gym like I do, I don't wear my brace as much anymore. I'm trying to get back into it, but I have a secondary condition that's preventing me from wearing my brace right now, so I'm waiting for that to go away, but that's a time for a different video. It is possible for you to work out in your brace. Do lots of ab exercises. I'm sure the clinic will tell you what type of exercises you should be doing, and I'll go through some of those in the future, but this video is mainly about bracing and what you should do once you first get your brace. It's not the end of the world. I consider myself a pretty tough guy, and when they were fitting the brace on me and they sent me home that night, that was the lowest I've ever been. I was very, very scared, and it's hard for me to say. I don't know how to describe it, but it feels like your life is over, and it's not. This too shall pass. Don't do anything stupid. It's not the end of the world. You might look a little strange, you might be very uncomfortable, but it will go away eventually. So you don't ever want to buy a permanent solution to a temporary problem. It is a temporary problem. Your scoliosis might not be, but the brace will be. So I just encourage you to reach out to help if you're feeling down. Reach out to someone else who has scoliosis. I have my DMs open for people who are, struggling with that. Feel free to text me. I try my best to reply, but try to find other people who are going through what you're going through and talk to them about it, because it's very frustrating to talk to someone about your struggles whenever they have no idea what you're going through. So that's all I have to say about that.
And that's all I have to say about that.
Anyway guys, I hope you'll have a great rest of your day. I hope this video was very helpful to you. If it was, please leave a comment and a like. Please subscribe to the channel, that helps me out a lot. If you have any more questions or any more videos that you want me to touch up on, please leave a comment and or DM me on Instagram and say, hey, this is what I want you to do next. So anyway, I really appreciate it guys. Stay strong out there. It's a rough world and it's not fair, and what's happening is not fair. And I'm sorry. And I know what you're going through. Maybe not exactly, but I know it's rough. So anyway, stay strong. I'll talk to y'all later.